You ain't got no will. You ain't got no power.
So today I'm going to show you some easy DIYs. When I get free time and I'm stressed or something, I tend to watch TV and make something like DIY jewelries, home decorations, and other things. First, I'll show you how to make a DIY choker. What I use for my choker is usually this velvety black lace I bought from Joann. I think they also sell at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. You can also use other types of laces. Use this basic black lace. I stretch the lace and measure around my neck so that I know where to cut. Usually measure so that it is tight around my neck, since we can still add more length to it by adding extra rings at the end. If it is too large for your neck, it is more complicated to fix. With a pair of scissors or jewelry making tool which has both cutting part and wire bending part on the top, you can cut the lace in the length you want. Now, you can choose to put any kind of beads in the middle of the choker. I have several options here, but I chose the other one. With the lace you cut, fold it in half so that it is easier to know where the middle is. The thickest needle you have, poke the middle of the lace and push it through so that it makes a large enough hole for the wire to go through. The velvety lace might be a little bit hard to make a hole, so you need to push it carefully and hard as you can. Once that is done, now we need to figure out how to connect that pendant or beads to the lace. Here I'm using a silver plated wire. About the size of this wire, but I also bought it from Joann. Put the wire through the hole of the pendant. Now you need to choose which part of the pendant should be the bottom. I chose the wider part of the pendant. Cut the wire with a tool at around 2 inches so that you have enough wire to make a ring. Then you need to fold the end of the wires with the tool so that it makes a tiny ring at first. Unless you are going to connect another pendant to the ring, you should want to squeeze the ring part and sort of make it into a knot so that the pendant does not slip out of the wire. When that part is done, you need to measure how long the wire needs to be in order to make 2 circles of rings on the top of the pendant. Then, just like how you made a ring at the bottom of the pendant, you need to use larger part of the bending part of the tools to make a bigger ring. I usually do 2 rings so that it has more support.
No cash, you ain't got no dollar. They stay with that drama. Let's just be real.
The jump ring, which I also bought from Joann, I separate the ends of the jump ring. I do not just pull it sideways, but instead I push it like away from each other like this. This will maintain the perfect shape of the circle without bending and making it irregular. After connecting the ring with the pendant, connect it with the lace by putting the separated ring part into the hole of the middle of the lace. Now, push back the ends of the jump ring to seal. And voila! The main part is done. Now you need to finish the end of the lace. In order to finish the end of the lace, I can use these cord ends to connect it to clasp. The one I have is wider for this lace, so I decided to use wire to make the ending cord myself. I start off by placing the wire almost at the end of the lace. I place it around ½ inch from the end of the lace. And with a little bit of the wire, I bend it so that it creates a tight grip on that spot. Setting that as a guideline, I start bending the wire around the lace several times.
You ain't got no will. You ain't got no power.
Then cut the wire and using the tool again, make the wire into a circular ring shape.
No cash, you ain't got no dollar. They stay with that drama. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
With the clasps, I connect one end to this one and the other end to the other one.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Let's just be
just close up all the rings, and then that's it. You made a choker. Other shapes of laces, you can use the ending cord I showed you earlier since this wavy lace is wider. Just put the end of the lace and using the tool, I seal the ending cord. For the wider lace, I just fold the end like this and then place the ending cord and seal to finish the choker. Next DIY is my new DIY pom-pom flat shoes. I just love these pom-poms these days. I know I already have like pom-pom choker and a pair of earrings, but why not add another pom-pom shoe to my collection? By the way, these pom-poms were purchased at a dollar store, so they are super cheap. First, place the pom-poms to where you want them to be. Play it around and see what looks pretty to you. The fabric glue, which will not be washed off when you are in the rain or something, apply it on the side of the pom-pom and just attach it to where you want it to be. It's that simple. I did this to the other side of the shoe and yep, it's done. Since I have so many leftover pom-poms, I decided to make a pom-pom keychain to gift it to my friend. Just like the pom-pom flat shoes, I used the fabric glue to attach each pom-pom to each other. Then with the chain you don't use from your old necklace, just use 3 inches of it and the clamp and a keychain ring. In order to connect the pom-pom blob to the chain, I used this embroidery thread to sew in with my needle to the center of the pom-pom blob. I do this several times, possibly connecting those pom-poms together for more security.
You ain't got no dollar. They stay with that drama. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
And then at the end, connected the clasp to the thread before pulling it to make it tight, leaving some space for the clasp.
Just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, let's just be honest. Let's just be real.
Pull the thread and finish the end of the thread by making a knot and hiding it between those pom-poms. I added a jump ring at the end of the necklace chain to connect it to the keychain ring. And you're done. You have a cute pom-pom keychain. I think if you purchase bigger size of pom-poms, you can connect it to your bags as a cute accessory. So yep, those were some quick DIY ideas. I also get all kinds of DIY ideas from Pinterest, other YouTubers, but I always end up improvising and coming up with my own creative ways to make DIY things. If you also have your own ways of DIYing things, please comment down below. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!
Got no will. You ain't got no power. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real.